Okay, to start my speech, I have a quote here from Stuart Scott. He's a Sports Center analyst, and this was at his SB's award acceptance for the Asher Courage Award. It said, "I listened to what Jimmy Valvano said 21 years ago, the most poignant 7 words ever uttered in any speech anywhere. Don't give up, never give up." For my speech, the sources I used was CNN, Brainy Quotes, About Sports, the V Foundation for Cancer Research, the New York Times, and Goodreads. So today, my name is Ryan Wells, and my speech today will be honoring Jim Valvano. He was a collegiate basketball coach throughout the 1980s, and just kind of a sports personality throughout his life. I'll be honoring his superior accomplishments, the obstacles he overcame, and the benefits he gave to society. So this is a quote from Jim Valvano himself. I think this kind of goes with his accomplishments, the kind of outlook he had on life of how to succeed, and said, "How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? I think you have to have an enthusiasm for life. You have to have a dream, a goal, and you have to be willing to work for it." So this kind of ties into his accomplishments throughout his life. He started his career as a basketball player playing for Rutgers University, and then he became an assistant coach for them immediately. And then there's kind of a funny story during his SB speech about it. He said right when he came in, he was kind of comparing Vince Lombardi's speech about walking into the players, addressing the players first time, and it's just a kind of funny story that I would definitely look into. He then went on to coach at Johns Hopkins, Bucknell, and Iona University, and then his greatest accomplishments as a coach would come when he was at North Carolina State. He won the national championship in 1983 with them. They were underdogs, and during that national championship game, they were up against Houston, which they were very supposed to win. And then it's one of the most memorable NCAA basketball championship memories. One of the players shot up a 3 at the buzzer, close to the buzzer, airballed it, but a guy rebounded and put it up back right away. And there's video of Coach Jim Valvano running everywhere, and just in disbelief, just trying to embrace somebody, and just overwhelmed with what just happened. So it's a very big moment in college basketball. He also won the ACC regular season, the ACC tournament, and reached Elite 8 multiple times throughout his career. He was also named twice ACC Coach of the Year, and he finished his career record with 346 wins and only 210 losses. So he had a very successful career with basketball. Then he also, after that, his life in college basketball, he went into sports broadcasting for ABC and ESPN, very successful, and won the Cable ACC Award for his work on basketball broadcasts. He was also an author, went around to companies, gave motivational speeches, hosted weekly television and radio shows, and he also created his own JTV Enterprises to guide all his business side entrepreneurial endeavors. And he also founded the V Foundation for Cancer Research, which I'll get into later. Here's another quote from him, also from that same speech at the SBs. "If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, you're going to have something special." So this is just kind of his outlook on life, kind of what he thought was to live a good life. So some obstacles he had to overcome during his career. And at the end of his tenure at NC State, there was a book that came out called Personal Fouls. There were raised questions about rule violations under Valvano's watch as coach at North Carolina State. There was a full NCAA investigation in 1989. They cleared Valvano of any charges, but he was eventually pressured to resign as their basketball coach. With all that, it wasn't that big of a setback. It didn't tarnish his legacy. He's still regarded as a great coach today, and just overall great guy. And then probably his biggest setback was in June of 1992. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer, but he continued to live his life to the fullest. He wasn't going to back down from this. He fought it. And then at the inaugural ESPY Awards, Valvano received the Arthur Ashe Award for courage for fighting with his cancer and still staying strong. And at the ESPYs, he named the V Foundation for Cancer Research. He named this foundation and was very passionate about finding a cure for cancer and helping this disease get solved. And unfortunately, the disease defeated him. He passed away on April 28, 1993 at the age of 47. But he still, throughout his time with cancer, I think he overcame the idea of having to live with this, and he found a way to still have a positive life with this such a terrible disease. Here's another quote from that same ESPY speech. It's very well recognized as one of the best speeches of all time, and I certainly agree with that. It says, "Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul." So this is kind of that positive outlook he had about cancer, and just like it can affect him, can only affect him physically, but it can affect who he is and how he's gonna still live his life. So the benefit for society he brought was the V Foundation for Cancer Research. As I said, during the 1993 ESPYs, during his speech, he announced that with the help of ESPN, they had a partnership that the creation of the V Foundation for Cancer Research was made. Valvano announced that the foundation's motto would be, "Don't give up, don't ever give up." And this resonates greatly with the foundation. The V Foundation has awarded more than $130 million to more than 120 facilities nationwide for cancer research. So it's very impactful for the society in getting a cure for cancer. ESPN also wraps up each year with a celebration of Jim's life by hosting the Jimmy V Week Cancer Research. There's a basketball tournament, men's and women's. It's held in New York. It's a really big week and just a lot of great stuff for the V Foundation. It's also ESPN's focus on the V Foundation during this week is its most popular fundraiser, largest annual fundraiser, yeah. So this is just kind of a final quote. I think this really sums up Jim Valvano's life and just how he lived it and how we should honor him. There are 86,400 seconds in a day. It's up to you to decide what to do with them. So it's just kind of like, you have to make what you want your life to be. It can't just happen to you. You have to go out there and get what you want and work for it. So just a summary, we went over Jim Valvano's superior career accomplishments with NC State college basketball and as a sports personality. The obstacles Jim Valvano overcame throughout his life, whether it be a little minor setback at NC State with an investigation and fighting cancer late in his life. And then the benefits Valvano gave to society that still resonates today. The V Foundation is still a very big thing. Big thing in sports. It's a big week when they have it on ESPN every year. So concluding remarks, says Jim Valvano was a great man, is a person that everybody should look up to. It wasn't his coaching style or coaching philosophy that people will remember, even though he's a great coach, but rather the impact he left on others and his passion for finding a cure for cancer. With the creation of the V Foundation. While Jimmy isn't around with us today, his legacy, strong, impactful words, and his inspiration still lives on within our society. Thank you.